They did not steal our attention by accident. This was all perfectly architected, built, constructed. And while we were watching those 15-second dopamine hit TikTok, Instagram, reel type videos, the entire financial system has been being rebuilt right up under our feet, and none of us are even noticing it.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear.
My name is Pastor Blackwood. Welcome to my channel. And I'm going to give us today the exact timeline of how they tried to fry. Well, they kind of did fry our brains. I'm going to explain in this video why they did it. And I'm going to explain how we can still catch the opportunity that I believe they do not want us to see. Sit tight. Grab your coffee because this one's going to be good. Every single time that humanity has gone through a revolution, evolution, the new wealth gets created. And right now we're living through what they're calling the fourth industrial revolution. My big question is, are we awake enough to see it? And this is the whole reason why I started this channel. Now let's take us all the way back to around 2009-ish, 2008. That's around the time Bitcoin was born. They just slipped in the Bitcoin white papers, and this was all happening during the '08 financial crisis where millions of people's lives were literally getting ruined, and the banks that were getting bailed out. This all had to do with money. This all had to do more specifically with a collapse of fiat money, or the beginning of the collapse. Now, allow me to remind you what else was going on in that era. In that same era, we had the iPhone 3G come out. Instagram launched in 2010. Vine dropped in 2013. You guys remember Vine? I know some of you guys do. We thought we were just getting cool new apps. What we didn't know was we were getting conditioned. This is where it all began. From 2013 till about 2019, social media was still social. YouTube used to show you creators that you subscribe to. Instagram used to show you your friends that you clicked the follow button on. And Facebook used to show us our actual family and friends that we also hit follow button or whatever it is that Facebook had. You guys remember that? We were still getting cool and hip to having our phones still. And all this social media content, it was still, for the most part, curated by us. We chose who we wanted to follow, and we chose what we wanted to see as we scroll. The algorithm at that point, it was still gentle. Now, Bitcoin, let me show you what the price of Bitcoin was at that time. Bitcoin at this time was still trading. Hold on, let me get out of here. Bitcoin at this time was still trading. I'm trying to do the best I can here for us to see. But if you can see right here, Bitcoin around that 2016, all that time frame that I'm talking to you guys about, look, it was still under $1,000, 660 all through 2016. And then it went on 2017 all the way up to about 17, look, as high as $19,000. $19,000. You know how much people became millionaires around this time? People who were paying attention. But hold on, let me continue. Around inside of 2019 to 2020, that's when everything changed. Why? Because that's around the time TikTok came. TikTok exploded around that time, and every single other social media platform was looking at the new kid on the block, right? And TikTok, Instagram, hold on, I'm sorry. I got to take this back here. Instagram, Facebook, and all the others, right? YouTube Shorts didn't even exist at the time. So basically every other social media to that point was just like drinking like a light beer, basically. And TikTok was like heroin, and every other social media noticed that. TikTok was the one that proved that you don't need to follow people. Basically, AI could just feed you endlessly. It was, in my opinion, just whoever engineered TikTok, they really understood the mind, the brain of the human being. And they understood exactly how our reward system worked. Once all these other socials saw everybody run to TikTok, then Facebook copied it, YouTube copied it, Instagram saw Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram said, man, let me throw out these damn friend feeds, these boring little friend feeds. And we need some reels in here. You guys remember that? And just like that, We went from being connected with our friends and family to being what I call captured. And while we were busy scrolling away, right, just endlessly on our phone, the dollar. Let's talk about money real quick. The dollar lost about 20% of its purchasing power from 2020 to 2024. That means that your rent, groceries, utilities, light, water, all that got more expensive. Meanwhile, everyone's paycheck just stayed the same. It didn't change. Inflation, it hit the highest number it has ever hit in our existence, 9.1% in June of 2022. And if you were paying attention, you would have seen that Bitcoin from that time frame that I just spoke on went from $7,000 to about $69,000. Ethereum went from like 200 all the way up to $4,800. The entire cryptocurrency industry went from under $1 trillion. It was like at 200 billion, something like that, all the way up to $3 trillion. Assets were going through the roofs.
But Pastor, talk about how crypto also crashed.
But you want to know what never crashed? Your rent. Rent, groceries, none of that crashed. The crypto market did end up crashing, but guess what? It went right back up. That's also around the time when AI stocks exploded. We saw Nvidia go from $150 all the way up to like $800 per share. And my point is, majority of us didn't see this coming because we were too busy watching somebody do a little 15-second dance on TikTok. They didn't fry our brain for fun. This is why I say it was architected. It was built. It was perfectly constructed. Now, let me help you connect some of these dots because they weren't completely silent about this. My opinion, they like to throw a distraction out there and they still like to say,
Hey guys, but we were warning you. We were telling you.
Because that guy, his name is Klaus Schwab, which is the founder of the World Economic Forum. He literally wrote a book in 2018, actually. It's called The Fourth Industrial. Sorry, guys. Wait, can you see it now? Can we see it now? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. In this book, he says, we stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, and relate to one another. The changes are so profound that from the perspective of human history, there has never been a time of greater promise or potential peril. In case nobody understood what that meant, basically what he's saying is we are about to rebuild this world with or without you. The first industrial revolution, it brought steam power and it brought factories. The second one, built on top of that, it brought in electricity, and electricity brought mass production with it. The third industrial revolution, it gave us the internet. Well, first we got the computers, then the internet was built on top of those computers. And the fourth industrial revolution, AI, blockchain, quantum computing, robots living in your home, all over your home. Hey, Alexa, the robots that are sweeping your floors for you, the vacuuming, just everything that we're basically seeing right now. And my whole point kind of making this video and even starting this channel is to just bring that awareness that every single industrial revolution, for the people that are paying attention, it brings on new wealth. The first revolution made people that got into the oil industry wealthy. The second and third revolution made people who got into tech and knowing how to fix cars, automobiles, knowing how to do electrical work wealthy. Who do we think is going to get wealthy during this fourth industrial revolution? People that are understanding AI, people that know how to prompt engineer. And most importantly, the people who are positioning themselves in these digital assets while everyone else is asleep. Now, speaking of digital assets, I am not a financial advisor. And what I'm about to say is not a financial advice. I'm just bringing on awareness to you guys. Regulations for some of these cryptocurrencies that are going to make up the infrastructure of this new financial system that they're building just came about in 2024 and 2025, all the past few years. I'll give you some examples of things that have happened that make me see that there's opportunity still. Number one, the SEC dropped its lawsuit against Ripple, who's going to use XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. Bitcoin ETFs in 2024 were approved, and that brought in institutional money, right? That showed that this is no longer money laundering or fake internet money like some people think it is. The European Union, our neighbors on the other side of the pond, they passed what's called MiCA regulations, which is opening the door to allow them to create frameworks for crypto, basically saying like, okay, how are we going to use this technology? And major banks like JP Morgan and BlackRock, you know, when those names are mentioned, there's something's going on. They are now building on the blockchain. Crypto has made a name for itself. Those wild, wild west days of cryptocurrency where we saw speculative meme coin trading, frog coin, all these funny money, just these fake childish projects is what I like to call it. That's a thing of the past now. This world of cryptocurrency is getting legitimized. They're building rules and frameworks around it as we speak. And my favorite in all of these projects that I see are what is called utility coins. I already named one of them, XRP. It's designed to facilitate money movement, money transfer across the globe quick. Instead of somebody in another country receiving your money in a few days, they're going to receive it in seconds. My next favorite one is HBAR. We're talking Google, IBM, Boeing, the airplane company that builds the airplanes. They've adopted this technology for enterprise blockchain solutions. My next on my list of favorites, XLM, Stellar. They're focusing on financial inclusion, connecting banks, connecting payment systems, and connecting people through money globally. Last but not least, I can't give you all my plays, but I've already dropped a good amount here. Ondo Finance. Don't sleep on these. Ondo is bringing real world assets, RWAs, like treasury bonds, real estate. It's bringing them all on the blockchain. Ondo Finance is tokenizing real world assets. These are not meme coins, people. I hope somebody's paying attention. These are not meme coins. This is new technology that is being adopted right up under our noses. And for this adoption to happen, they need to tear down the old to bring in the new. Hence, my opinion, why we're feeling all this instability, all this war, all this shaky world situation that's happening. Because for the first time in years, it's not cars that are changing. It's not an iPhone that's dropping. It's not a new shoe release. This is money, the infrastructure of how money moves that is being changed. You missed the internet of the 90s. You missed that early Bitcoin boom, but that fourth industrial revolution that's currently happening right now in front of our eyes, I don't want you to miss that. Don't do that to yourself. So here's the solution. I want to bring this all to a close. Here's how we end this. Here's what the plan is. This is not financial advice. Number one, get your attention back. Drop them social media apps every now and then. Don't let them steal your attention. Number two, hit that subscribe button so you can educate yourself on what is happening. On this channel, we're going to talk to you about the blockchain. We're going to talk to you about AI. We're going to talk about the fourth industrial revolution. AI and blockchain coming together, being built on top of the internet, that was built on top of the computers, that was built on top of electricity and every other steps and stages of human growth. Okay, we're at the top one right now. Number three, start positioning yourself. If you don't own any crypto, in my description, I gave you some exchanges that I use, Coinbase, Uphold. Click that link. Go ahead, get yourself familiar with what's going on there. Even if you just start small, transfer $1. You could transfer $5 to those exchanges. That is a great start. Literally just download the exchange. This is for the people that don't have crypto, that don't own any crypto yet. The banks know, the institutions know, BlackRock knows. That's why they're all entering crypto right now. And now you know. The only people that still have no idea what's going on are the people that are still sleeping on their phone like this, hooked on it like this every day. People who are awake to this, they build wealth. People who are asleep, I don't know what to tell them. Send them this video, please. Wake them up, shake them up. Every single revolution creates a new wealth class, and I know you're going to be part of it. I appreciate you guys for swinging by this channel, taking a listen here. And like I said, send this video to anyone that you think is sleeping. They need to hear this more than anybody. The weakening of the dollar did not happen by accident. And these distractions that are all around us are not by accident either. All right. Hope you guys stay well. Hope you guys stay healthy. And for now, I'll see you guys on the next one.